Evelyn Wilson was a woman of many talents. Throughout her military career, she dedicated herself to serving her country to the best of her ability. This commitment not only honed her skills, but also toughened her against the assumptions of others. Yet, despite her resilience, she encountered a challenge that caught her off guard. One day, while running errands at the mall, Evelyn made a routine stop at a clothing store. Little did she know, this mundane errand would thrust her into a situation of unexpected humiliation. As Evelyn looked at the clothes, she felt weird. It took her some time to understand what was happening. She realized something was really wrong and that she wasn't alone. Other shoppers stared at her and whispered as she struggled. Even though she felt embarrassed, Evelyn tried not to show it, but she didn't know her shirt would get her in trouble. Then, a security guard came up to her. She hoped he would be kind, but instead, he told her to go away without any expression on his face. Evelyn felt furious. How could he be so mean? Maybe he didn't know who she was. She felt she had to make him understand what she was going through, but he wouldn't listen. He just kept telling her to leave. This made her so mad that she decided to get back at him. In order to ensure that they understood what they had done, she devised a plan as quickly as she could. Getting back to her car was the first thing she had to do. Everything would be dependent on that. Both the security guard and the store owner would quake in their boots if they saw a certain item from her career. Despite knowing that it was extreme, what else could she do? More pedestrians stared at her as she left the clothes store and headed to her car. Her embarrassment was unprecedented. Getting into her car, she grabbed the item she needed and walked back to the store. As soon as she returned, she saw the security guard's expression. He knew he had made a mistake. The insensitivity he displayed a moment ago turned into begging. Did she go too far? Evelyn Wilson looked very smart in her military uniform. She stood up straight, proud and confident. She had worked really hard to become a corporal in the military, which was a tough job that needed both mental and physical strength. Even though Evelyn faced many challenges, she didn't give up and became even stronger. Evelyn is an inspiration to many because of her bravery and determination. She's always been strong, even when she was a child and stood up to bullies. Her dad, who served in the military, inspired her to be patriotic and proud. She worked really hard to be ready to serve her country, just like her dad did. Evelyn decided to join the military right after high school because she wanted to be like her dad and protect her loved ones. She was excited to start this new journey and help make the world a better place by working hard. Evelyn did really well in the military. She earned the respect of her friends and moved up the ranks quickly because she was determined and strong. Her friends knew not to underestimate her and admired her for being tough. Every day, Evelyn felt prouder of serving her country because she knew she was making a positive difference. But it wasn't easy for her. She faced many challenges, like people treating her unfairly because she was a woman or because of her rank. Despite these challenges, Evelyn never gave up. She remembered her dad's advice and stayed strong. Her determination helped her overcome these obstacles and achieve her goals. She led her team bravely, never doubting herself, which inspired her friends. Because of Evelyn's leadership, her team succeeded in their mission. They did what they set out to do, and Evelyn was really proud of them. She knew they all worked hard and did their best. As Evelyn returned to base, she felt a sense of pride and accomplishment. She had proven herself as a leader, and she knew that she had made her father proud. She walked with a certain pride in her step, knowing that she had earned her stripes and had shown everyone that she was a force to be reckoned with. But she had no idea that the universe had other plans. Evelyn's hard work in the military paid off. Her leave was approaching, and she'd gotten a generous amount of it this time. Evelyn arrived in Los Angeles, where her mother stayed. She'd never been one for the glamour the city seemed to have, but it was where she grew up, so it was home. She thought that she wouldn't have to deal with any heart-racing situations now that she was an off-duty soldier, but she had it all wrong. Evelyn was leisurely strolling through the mall, ticking off her to-do list when she decided to step into a clothing store. The cool air conditioning inside the store was a relief from the scorching sun outside. As she sifted through the racks, she felt a strange sensation, a kind of itchiness that wouldn't go away. Suddenly, she felt a creeping sense of unease. It was then that she noticed something out of the ordinary. The security guard was giving her a dirty look. Evelyn's heart started beating fast when she sensed something was not right. She looked around and felt embarrassed to see that she wasn't alone. Other people in the store were giving her strange looks and whispering. This made her feel nervous, but she tried hard not to show it. She wanted to stay calm. Little did Evelyn know, the shirt she was wearing would cause a big problem. She felt anxious as she saw a serious-looking security guard coming towards her, but she didn't understand why. She hadn't done anything wrong, or had she? Even though Evelyn didn't look like everyone else in the store, it wasn't fair for the security guard to treat her differently. Evelyn hoped for kindness and help from the security guard, but instead, he was cold and told her to leave. He seemed like he didn't want her there at all, which made Evelyn really angry. How could he be so uncaring? She felt like he didn't understand what she was going through at all. Evelyn knew she had to do something to make them realize how serious the situation was, but before she did something drastic, she decided to give the security guard one more chance. No matter how hard Evelyn tried, the security guard wouldn't listen to her. She begged him and explained everything, but he didn't care. Finally, he gave her a choice: leave right away or take off her shirt. As she walked away, anger and frustration boiled inside her. She couldn't believe how unfair the situation was. She thought about all the ways she had been wronged and quickly came up with a plan to get her revenge. She was determined to make those responsible pay for their actions. What did her shirt have to do with her current predicament? The off-duty soldier was about to learn why. As she stepped out of the clothes store, she felt a sense of urgency creeping in. She had to retrieve the item from her car that could potentially make or break her situation. With each step, she noticed the curious glances of the passersby, but she tried to ignore them and focused on her goal. As she made her way to the parking lot, she couldn't help but wonder if what she was about to do was too extreme. However, she knew that it was her only option at this point, and she was ready to do whatever it took to get what she wanted. As she walked out of the store, she felt a rush of embarrassment wash over her. She had just been humiliated in front of everyone by the security guard who had accused her of shoplifting. She got an item from her military career that would make sure that he understood what he had done. When she reached the security guard, she could see the shame on his face. He knew he had made a mistake, and he was begging for her forgiveness, but she couldn't help wondering if she had taken things too far. Had she been too harsh with him? She was like a hurricane coming down, but it was all for her good reason. The reason why the security guard thought she was shoplifting was because of the zipped-up pockets she had attached to her shirt. It was a custom-made shirt that suited her needs, but now, by the look on the security guard's face, he understood. She came back in wearing her military jacket. Knowing she served his country made him embarrassed, but it was only the start. Very good reason. She showed the security guard her arm up close. He apologized when he realized that she had a prosthetic hand. She had lost it in combat. When the owner showed up, Evelyn calmly told him what happened and asked for an apology. She explained that she was a woman in the military and was used to people assuming things about her, but this was different. The owner said sorry, and Evelyn accepted it, but she said she wouldn't come back to the store soon. She left feeling proud of how she handled the situation. She expected the security guard to be understanding, but instead, he just told her to leave, looking blank. Evelyn felt really upset. How could he be so insensitive? Maybe he didn't know who she was.